Hello and welcome. This video is brought to you by the Tennessee District Attorney's General Conference Technology Training Department. Thanks for being here. In this video training session, we're going to do an overview of the Foxit PhantomPDF training. And more specifically, we are going to discuss kind of the number one, I guess the first topic will be the ribbon overview, kind of getting familiar with it. Number two, how to convert PDF files into Word docs. Also some of the precautions that you want to be made aware of and what you may or may not want to do when trying to process that conversion from PDF to a Word doc. Number three, we're going to take a look at how to edit existing PDFs, maybe do some manipulation to them, maybe make some of the changes that fulfill some of the needs that you have. Next, number four, we're going to bundle multiple PDFs into one. Ever get that string of multiple PDFs that you need to just bundle all into one? That's what we're going to do. Number five, we are going to edit an existing PDF to create a fillable PDF form. Show you some of the highlights of that. And the final topic that we are going to look at will be number six, which is create a fresh or brand new PDF that is a fillable form, as well as a variety of single clicks and selections that can be made from within it. Also, if you want to skip some of the subjects in this training video that you may already know of or are comfortable with, and you want to jump right ahead to some of the additional topics in this training, click on the Show More link below and then click on the subject link. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with today's training. Since this involves Foxit PhantomPDF, you should already have that program. And when you open it up, you'll probably notice that it looks exactly to what's on the screen here. Now, when you do open it up, you can see in the upper left-hand corner is the last recently accessed files. Here's a notification from Foxit PhantomPDF, and you can see here that has a link that will lead you to their website. Also, if you want some additional training, they do have some great detailed instructions for individual trainings for certain things. These videos links here will actually take you to their video channel, and you can view those PDF videos at any time. Then also contacting support should that be needed. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a look at the ribbon just to get a better idea, let you know more about what it can do. And let me go ahead, as you can see, everything is grayed out. I'm going to go ahead and open just an existing PDF. That way we do have some options now. Okay. As we go through the Home tab, you can see all your tabs up above here. And each section has a certain action or a specific item that it can perform. You will have tools, such as your select text, annotations, snapshots, clipboard. Also over here, view, edit, comment. You will want to take note on the typewriter, maybe the highlight, some of the additional tools here, page organization, convert, and protect. Now this Home tab, it highlights some of, I guess you would say, the most used tabs here, whereas each tab here has some more specific items that may be specifically found by clicking on the actual link itself or on the tab itself. So just keep that in mind, that this will be the most used out of all the tab options that you have above. Next, we'll click on Convert, and here would be where you can convert from file or from multiple files, from scanner, clipboard, PDF portfolio. This is one area where you are going to get into, which will be converting a PDF and converting that into Microsoft Word, as well as some of the other options from the Microsoft Office suite. OCR, that's object character recognition. If you happen to have a scan document, which usually scans in as an image, if you want to make that image recognizable with the characters and the text within, you'll want to run this option. Next tab, we have Edit. And once you do have an existing PDF and you want to edit the text or the objects, this is where you'd want to locate or search to perform that function. You can also add text, add shapes, images, make adjustments to the fonts, make your paragraph your formatting for it, whether you also want bullets and the alignments, and a variety of other things. As you go through this, you'll certainly want to kind of hover over and even click on these, kind of do a little research, find out specifically what these actual objects and options allow you to include in your PDF that you're creating or editing and whatnot. Get familiar with the program. Next tab is Organize. This will be where we're going to go into detail on this, where you have a single PDF right now. We can combine multiple ones to create one large PDF, whereas you can also insert from file, folder, open files, variety of others. And some of the other ones that we may use, background, may be able to change the background, or if you want to add a header or footer. Bates numbering, you can add those, and the Bates stamping. Comments, this will be your text markup, such as highlighting and strike throughs. Your typewriter, if you want to add a line of text. Usually, as you can see here, when you hover over the actual object, it will give you a quick description or a comment or a tip as to what it does. Call outs, text box, pencil and eraser, some stamping options, comments, course, view, such as your go-to document views, assistant, page display, transitions, form, and we're going to go into detail on this specific area. Come back to that. Protect. This has a variety of things, whether you're wanting to protect the actual PDF and or be able to add signatures, have people sign it and send that back to you. Sharing and help. So definitely take advantage of the ribbon area and all the options that it can provide for you. Get to know it, because it may be able to help take a lot of additional time out of the equation for you whenever you understand what all can be done within your PDF and or document tasks. Okay. Now we're going to go into number 2, which is convert PDF files to Word docs. And I do want to make clear that you really have to be very aware of what you are trying to convert. If you're trying to convert an existing PDF that is text only to a Word document, you may have pretty good success. If that PDF has images, various objects or checkboxes or a variety of things, you're going to run into some challenges with it, primarily because that conversion is challenging for really any program. Foxit does a great job of what it does and actually doing the converting of the files, but realize that when you try to utilize conversion of objects in a PDF over to Word, it's going to be a little of a challenge for it to complete that exactly as it is. You may not actually like the result, so just be aware of that. We're going to go ahead. Let's we can choose one of the files here. Let's use, and I'm going to show you here, we do have one already set up. We're going to call this PDF to Word. As you can see here, this document here, this does have, it's got a logo. It also has some additional lines, some additional formatting, a realignment of the text direction right here. It also has tables and cells, along with a variety of things that no direct background image, but show you exactly what happens when we do want to go ahead and convert. Now, in our ribbon area here, we do have an opened PDF, and we're going to MS Office. We're going to want to export it to Word. Go ahead and click on that. And it has processed the option to do that. Let's go ahead and save this. As it's analyzing the document, you can see all of the information at the bottom right hand corner here. Okay, let me bring that over to this window. Now you can see the existing PDF did have the logo in the upper left hand corner, as well as your other options here. The file conversion for this, you can definitely see that the logo did not transfer over as initially thought. So that was a challenge for it. You can also see that the dental premiums option here, the curve, that full background field was not able to translate over or convert, as well as the line. So, definite a challenge in some areas. Now it did pick up and it transferred. It looks like this was a full image. So that actually would not be editable. You could not edit this in Microsoft Word. However, looks like this did pull this text box over, and you can edit this field. See if we tab over, do have some options within it, and this was so some things that you want to certainly keep note for as what files you will want to come over and or you may want to avoid when trying to convert. It does a fair job to it. You can certainly take this existing document and you actually could get rid of this whole text box and take a snapshot of this logo and put it back in and redo it in a way that it actually would work, but probably don't want to do that. A lot of additional work. You may just want to utilize this from within the Foxit PDF program, run your OCR on it and actually make the edits from within it and just utilize it from here if this is what you're wanting to do. Certainly a lot better way to approach it. And we can certainly go through several of these. Let me find another. Okay, we do have another PDF file that you'll note that it does have background images, does have logos. Some of these are certainly logo and image based. So this may be a challenge for it as well. Let's go ahead and open this one. And let's try to convert this. Opened it up, and you can see the background images did not transfer over. This add plus on challenge logo did not come over. So just something to keep in mind whenever you are looking at converting any PDF, existing PDF, to Microsoft Word. Next, moving on to number 3, how to edit PDFs. We're going to use this existing file that we have open. We're going to run the OCR. Let's go ahead and do a quick OCR. Okay, now shall we choose to edit? Whenever we click on the edit tab, we will select the edit text or edit object. For now, let's go ahead and click on edit text. And you can see whenever I did that, it created boxes around these specific text boxes or text areas. And all we have to do is actually click anywhere within here. Say if we notice a typo after we made one, or if we have the ability to or the approval to edit this existing one, and you want to add your own information, you can certainly do that here and then save it and basically edit all of the options that are available from within. Okay, so this was the original. We do have that. Let's go ahead and close this out, and we can edit text. Let's see if we can edit any images here. Cannot. Let's go ahead and run the quick OCR. So we go back to edit. Okay, so that actually, I believe that's where it made the transition, and that's fine. All is well. Okay, so yeah, actually, whenever it ran that OCR, that's when it made this conversion transition. So say we close that out. Let's open it one more time. Okay, we'll keep that as is. Instead of using that OCR to be able to allow us to edit the object, we'll leave this as is. Keep our logos good, and we will just want to edit any existing text in here and add ours. You can see here that it did some formatting to this. Started with a standard letter and then added some emphasis, the italic, to it. So up here you could certainly change any of the font size, as well as whether to make that font bold, and some of the other font options available. So that's fairly the amount of editing the PDF. You know, we didn't want to go into the full OCR, as you noted that it did change some of this information here, including the number 3 and the number 4. And you could certainly make your changes there to match your needs and what you need it to show. So there's quite a more parts that you could be challenged to go into. Really depends on what you want to do with this document. So that covers the edit the PDF. Next up, number 4, we are going to go into how to bundle multiple PDFs into one PDF. So this goes back to, if you ever get 3 and 4 PDFs and or even some other documents, a Word doc, you can always go to File, Save As, save it as a PDF, and then you're going to want to use the Foxit program to bring all of those files together and make them as one file, so that if you happen to need to email it out and you want to email not a bunch of files, not 10 PDF files, but you want to combine them to make them into one, that's what this is going to be doing. So we're going to click on the Organize tab. Let's go ahead, open up one. We've got our first PDF here. Let's go ahead. We are going to, there's a couple different ways to do this. I like to go ahead, because if you're going to include multiple files, this will allow you to click and highlight one and click and highlight the second, third, fourth, or if you have a whole bunch, you can click to highlight the first one, then press Shift and click the last one, and then you can open up multiple ones. I'm going to go ahead, insert from file. It will give you a little note here stating that there is or can be an organized pane or panel, pages panel, and over to the left side here, and you can drag and drop them in here. I prefer to use this way. So we'll go ahead and select the first one, the second one, and we'll say open. Now as I do that, you see here I do have the option to add other files, say if they're in another folder or if I might have missed one. You can also, once highlighted, you can reorder the positioning that they are going to be included in this PDF. So we'll keep those as they are. Also some other options that you do have. Go ahead and select OK. And once we do that, you do see down here at the bottom that we do have 1 out of 3, or we're looking at the first page out of 3. And if you want to view the panel to the left, all you have to do, we have it hidden right now, click on the show button here, and we're not actually in the Organize tab here. To view the page thumbnails and reorder pages, this is what we will want to click. You can see here I can take page number 3, click and drag it up to just below this one. It does keep these ordered or numbered the same. However, let's see. Okay, so we see the wording here. We'll move 3 back up here, and we can see that that now has changed. So page 3 that originally was here got moved up below number 1 and then moved back, and it all has changed. So then from this point here, all you have to do is click on Control S and save your document to the folder of choice, to your desktop or wherever, and that allows you to take those bunch of multiple PDF files and combine them into the one. Okay, next on the list, number 5, edit existing PDFs to create a fillable PDF form. Let's go ahead and open our registration form. As I open it up, this does state that to enable editing a PDF will cause the PDF to no longer comply with PDF/A. Are you sure you want to continue? I do say yes. Let's go ahead, and I believe all we have to do, click on the Edit tab, click on Edit Text, and from within here, all you have to do is click within each of these text boxes. They're surrounded by the line, and you can make the change of anything that you need. Very helpful and very handy. And the way that we actually got this was an original Word document. It got saved as a PDF. Then we just opened up this PDF in Foxit PhantomPDF. And then, as you can see, we are just editing the text here. So you could really just, change and alter anything within these fields you could, and let's show you a few things within the some of these options here. You could basically take an existing PDF form that you have been given. Say you want to make it fillable, you want to make it so that instead of asking someone to print off a document, fill it out by hand, scan it, or fax it back to you, you could simply just make the edits with some of the features that we're going to show you here. And from this point forward, you could go ahead, email the PDF out to them. They could go ahead, fill the information out, save it, and send it back to you, therefore cutting out the need to print the paper, the ink, the fax number, fax line, all of the additional information, the fax machine that goes into doing that, all from within this one program. So let's just, we'll go ahead and get rid of some of these underlines. And just align that up right there. Okay, good. Now we have some of the information deleted. You would of course want to add or remove any of the others. In this case, for this training, we're just going to go ahead and go right to the Form tab. When you click on the Form tab, you can see here that you do have some options. These form fields, you can add an OK or push button, checkbox, radio button, combo box, list box, text field, signature field. For this specific one, all we want is a text field. We're going to just add 3 quick ones here. Now you can see here, as I did this, it gives you the option to size this box. And we definitely want that, because when you give this or send this to your recipient, they're going to have each of these fields in their direction that they can fill out. You want them to be sized up according to the data that you want to receive from them. So in this case, I will point out, you probably want to first set up the very first text field according to how the rest of the document will flow, because it will make the remaining part of that PDF more flow better, as well as when they get it, the text is not going to be different sizes or of a different font or a variety of different things. And I'll show you exactly what I mean here in a minute. So as I have laid this out, this text field, I'm going to right click on it and go to Properties. From the Properties box that opens up, you'll be able to see everything that you can change. And what I'm talking about as far as the appearance, you can of course go through each of these by clicking on each tab from within here, such as the appearance, options, format, calculations, and validate, some additional options or actions that you may want the form to go through, as well as include borders and colors. When I was discussing the item of text, currently it's assigned auto. So if I have this text box and it's on auto, and they only have 3 characters or 3 letters in this box, the actual letters are going, or the font size is going to be large. So in my personal opinion, I like to keep it uniform, keep it all the same size throughout the whole form. So I'm going to go to the text area here. I'm going to select the standard font size of 12. You can also change the actual font, and I'm going to change the color to, and I'm sorry you cannot see this on your screen. I'm going to change it to blue, and I'm going to say close. And say if I were to click away, go to the Edit tab and click on Edit Text. When your recipient receives it, they'll receive it here. They're going to click in this and they're going to enter their information. We'll get back to this. Just wanted to show you what it would do. I'm going to go back to the Form tab, click on Text Field, And instead of creating a whole new one and going through that whole process, I'm actually just going to right click, copy, and then I can go ahead, I'm going to press Control V on my keyboard, and I'm going to drag and drop that down here. I'm going to resize it just to fit the margin limitations on this existing form. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to paste another because I do want another one. I'll go ahead and resize that, make that according, and I'm going to paste another. And some of these options may need very small space or room on this form. So we're looking good. So you can of course go through all of the additional areas here, edit the text and get rid of some of the lines. If you need to make any alterations, say if there was a date that needed to be changed or an amount, some of this information can certainly be changed very quickly, very neatly and organized. And you can make this form that was a Word document converted to PDF, then utilize using the Phantom program, make it a fillable form, and be able to email this out, requesting information from a recipient. They'll fill it out, save it, and then send it right back to you. And whenever they see it, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and save this. Select File, Save As. But I actually do believe, let me go ahead, I do believe it did save in the existing, yeah, it did save in the existing PDF. Let's go ahead and get that back here. And so if you needed to add the information, you can see that it kept the font size and the font color. So I believe we are good. If I tab over and then tab, you can see that it will allow us to go back up. Now this will be something we're using the current Adobe Acrobat Reader program. So if your recipient is receiving this file, all they will need to do is click on the Save File. Whenever they do that, all they'll have to do is select where they want it to be saved. We could, of course, choose a different folder. We'll actually go ahead and save it here. Just call this Test and Save. Whenever I open that up, I'm sorry, we already are opened up. Let me close that in, close that out, open that back up. You can see that they have saved this information and cut out a lot of the complications that we were talking about. Very good. One thing I do want to add back in here is the signature option. Let's say that you have or want to start utilizing the ability to send out documents, or if you have a fillable form and you want your colleagues, your employees to be able to fill their information out, and you need a signature, but instead of asking them to print off the document, scan it, or do a variety of things, sign it, and then send it back to you in the physical format, physical paper, I mean, here's another option that you may want to consider, is you can go ahead and in your upper right hand corner here, two ways to get to it. We're on the Home tab. We can go ahead and click on PDF Sign. Let me actually, in the upper left hand corner, you'll be able to create a signature. And the nice thing about this is you can create your signature by simply taking a white piece of paper and a magic marker or a Sharpie, and actually just signing your name, scanning this document or scanning that piece of paper in as a JPG image or a PNG image, and you can utilize this as your actual signature for that PDF. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on the plus sign to create a signature. When I do that, you'll see some of the options it allows you to use. I'm going to go ahead, since it is a file, I'm going to import, and signature is what it is called. We'll go ahead and click save. Now, it has done that. I am not holding or pushing any cursor button on or any mouse button on my mouse. It actually just allows me to go ahead and place that signature file. You will notice or note that it was in blue. It did convert it to black, but the way that this fillable form now looks, it really appears to be an actual pre-paper document. Once all the data was in for or filled out, looks fairly just like you went ahead and signed that actual check number area. Very good. Next, number 6, we are going to create a PDF form. Let's go ahead in the upper left hand corner here, create a blank PDF. I'm just going to show you some of the things, some of the highlights that you can use specifically whenever you want to create your own PDF. And we're going to utilize the form area here. Any of the other tabs you can certainly use, especially if you wanted to, say, add text. Click on the edit tab, click on add text. We could say and this of course would be if you happen to have a letterhead. You could also utilize an existing letterhead that you have and add your own form field specifically to that. I just want to show you a little bit about what this program can do. So as let me get rid of that. Let's add the text once again. Control A. 36. Okay, so there is my letterhead. Now I'm going to go to the form area. Just going to give you some highlights of specifically what this does. And there's a variety of things. Create an interactive button. If you have a certain form that where your recipient can click on that and it keeps, say, maybe a question field for which one that they select, such as also a radio button, work in the same similar fashion. You could certainly apply that, and or the checkbox. Say if you had a question outlined here and you just want a checkbox to be made available specifically here. Let's go ahead and condense this a little bit. Same goes with the checkbox. You can certainly right click on it, look at the properties, and you can do that with all of these fields to see if they align with the information that you want to be there. Next, we have a radio button. It'll be a circle, similar fashion. If it was a question, say maybe a question with a 3-part answer, you had the text to the side of it saying yes, no, or maybe. You could go ahead and put that right there, and they'd be able to make that selection. The next, we're going to use a list box, and say in this case you have multiple options. Say it was a question, maybe what district are you from? And you could right click here, go into properties, and when you click on options, the options tab, let's say you are given the option here 01, gonna add 02, oops, 02 add, 03 add. Go through just a few of these real quick to show you what this would do. 5, 6, and 7. When we close, this would be a variety of questions. Let's see if we could. Let's click on add text. If this were filled up or you made this smaller, sorry, let me go back here. You'll notice once these are completed, you will need to click on the actual function in order to edit that field again. So as you can see, nothing is selected. This would be how the form would look when your recipient gets it. I will need to click on text field. And I'm sorry, I am actually looking for a list box. So when I click on that list box, I will well, actually, I'm just wanting to resize this. Let's just make this smaller. And whenever your recipient does receive it, they will have some additional options here. We'll show you specifically what that looks like here in just a minute. And I think there's a variety of different things that you can include specifically within this PDF. I want to say we want to go ahead and we want to do a PDF signature. Also, another thing, if it's someone also, or a couple different scenarios that you could utilize, but if you happen to want to give your recipient, see if I can find it here, if they had the PhantomPDF program, or if you wanted to just utilize it specifically for your needs, and you wanted to actually sign this document, you could do so right from within this pencil area and leave that there. In the case of our existing signature that we scanned and then are going to insert in here, say if we wanted, or we had a signature field asking them to fill it out and we wanted to insert that in, all we would have to do is go back up to the protect area, click on that PDF sign, simply click on our existing signature here, place it, and then we're going to save it. Let's go ahead and let's see how this looks. Okay, we do have this PDF saved. Now when you send this PDF off to your recipient and they open it up, this one specifically is going to look just like this. Now you may be wondering what they could do with this area here. Each of these do have their specific function. When we click in the checkbox, it leaves the check mark. When we click in the radio box, it leaves the circle. And when we click on your list box, it is going to give them an option to make a selection from the choices available from within that list box field. So we can go ahead and say 1. And any additional parts or containers that we add to this, any other fields, we could certainly make those available to them and get the information that we need. Well, I believe that wraps up today's training, as we did go over the ribbon, converting files from PDF to Word docs, editing existing PDFs, bundling multiple PDFs into one, editing existing PDFs to create a fillable PDF form, and creating our own PDF forms. Hope you see the wonderful benefits that this program can provide for you, especially if you're wanting to take time and efficiency and make things a lot more efficient for your recipients and those who you're in communication for, simply needing some data to know for the specific tasks that you're trying to achieve. Well, thank you very much. Once again, this video has been brought to you by the Tennessee District Attorney's General Conference Technology Training Department. Thank you very much. Have a great day.